Now, let's have some light relief, Tim, after that. Are you a football fan, by the way? No, you're a great cricket fan.
I'm your man for light relief.
Yes, great cricket fan, of course, aren't you?
I love cricket, yes.
Yeah.
I like football. I mean,
Right.
I followed soccer for a long, long time, but
Yes.
cricket
It's
is
not called soccer, it's called football.
This is
sorry.
the sultry tones you heard on my left is Amanda Patel, my colleague from the Daily Mail, who's very welcome. We're going to talk to you in a moment, Amanda.
And I didn't go on strike.
I'm very glad. Let's talk about the musical. It's at the Charing Cross Theatre.
Yep.
It's based on the book. Tell us about the show.
Well, it's in a very small theatre, as I think I said earlier. It only seats 250, so if you want to go, you've got to book quickly. It's doing an 8-week run. It ran before in a much larger version about 9 years ago, and it got quite good reviews, including one 5-star review. I was amazed. I don't think I'd ever had one of those before. But it didn't do well financially. Normally, I get terrible reviews, and the show goes through the roof. Yeah. This time I got good reviews, and it went that way.
Oh, dear.
I think I prefer the first option.
Cool.
But it is a good show. Stuart is a brilliant composer, and he's written a great score. And it was done in America. A very good American director named Brett Smock did it twice in the States, and it went well. Out of town, he didn't do it on Broadway. It was a smaller production, and we went to see it. It went really well down there. So he said, let's do it in London. But I said, well, yes, we've got to do it small. We don't want to go back to spending millions. And so we are doing it small in the wonderful Charing Cross Theatre. And it's doing 8-week run. And if it goes well, then maybe we can expand it and take it on a tour. I don't know. But it's a wartime story. I mean, the list of things that the audience are warned about is absolutely terrifying. You know, everything from war to blood to swearing to this, that and the other.
Heartbreak as well.
Who?
Heartbreak as well.
I'm sure it was heartbreak.
Yes, a lot of heartbreak in it.
Is that part of this sort of woke sort of thing, that you have to warn audiences?
You have to warn our audiences.
Oh, please.
But the funny thing is that everything that we are warned about in From Here to Eternity, including death and violence and suicide, all these things are in... it's a serious musical, with some humour, I hasten to add. But everything that's in From Here to Eternity was also in Jesus Christ Superstar 50 years ago.
One of my favourite shows of all time.
And I don't think we had to warn people then. I mean, if people go to the theatre, they should be grown up. Yeah. I mean, if it's a grown-up show, obviously. And I don't think you should have to warn people, because you never know what people are going to be offended by. People might be offended by, you know, the colour of the seating.
Yeah. Well, I saw your fabulous musical Jesus Christ Superstar when it was performed at the Regent Park Open Air Theatre.
Yeah, that was quite recently.
Very recently. If that was being put on now in a major theatre, are you saying you'd have to warn people there is a death scene in there? It's called the Crucifixion.
Well, you might. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember that happening in the Regent's Park version.
It didn't.
But that was, what, 4 or 5 years ago now? I don't know. It does seem a bit crazy. I mean, the only thing that hasn't been... I mean, the punters haven't been warned about in From Here to Eternity is may contain nuts. It hasn't got that.
Right.
Actually, you could argue it has got some nuts in it, you know, but it's a serious show. It's quite a, you know, it's a serious story. It's set in Hawaii. It features American GIs just before Pearl Harbor. The Pearl Harbor bombing on December the 7th, 1941 is one of the climaxes of the show. So it's not a light-hearted thing, but on the other hand, I hope it's entertaining, and I hope it does justice to a magnificent novel.
Well, I'm going to go, and I might even go with my friend Amanda Patel, who keeps belly aching from the sides. Have you heard her now?